coach Reggie Witherspoon and junior guard Kassius Robertson. Coach, if you'd like to open with a statement, we'll take questions from there.
I think today was one of our better defensive games, and I'm saying that first because it might get lost in the middle of everything else. But I thought our guys were pretty locked in against a team that moves without the ball exceptionally well and passes the ball and runs through their stuff exceptionally well. Now, we may have caught them on a bad night, on a bad day, I should say, because I've seen them play very well. But I think our guys played hard and stayed locked in, particularly the last 10 or 15 minutes.
Just offensively, Kassius, just a overall phenomenal game. Surpassing 1,000 points, tying a program record for three-pointers. It's just what was clicking for you today?
Just taking rhythm shots, taking good shots. I had my first two. That's always a good feeling. So once you get a couple under your belt, you got confidence, and I always try to play with confidence, even if I miss 3, 4. But yeah, it was just going in for me today.
And the fifth shot just is sticking in my mind. Just turning around and just throwing it up, just seeing it. It was just an amazing shot. It's just when did you know that things were going to be clicking for you? Was it after the second shot, three-pointer, or when was it?
There wasn't really a point, I guess. But I just I knew I can shoot the ball, so I just kind of tried to pick my spots as best I could, and take open shots. I took one that was pretty bad and I missed, so I knew I had to kind of pick my spots a little better, and they came to me, and I just knocked them down.
And Phil, the pass from Kassius on the dunk. What was the chemistry like today? I mean that play just really showed that you guys had momentum at that point. And when was that starting to kind of connect for you guys? I know the first half was a little shaky offensively, but then the second half you guys just really were outstanding.
Yeah, like second half, like you said, is when we started really clicking. We try and get that flow throughout the whole game. Sometimes it comes a little faster or a little slower than we like. But, I mean, just unselfish plays all over the court, all in the second half. And that shows what type of team we have and how guys are playing for each other, not themselves.
Phil, when you see, this guy here, he starts to heat up. He hits his first couple okay. Then he gets to 3, 4, still hasn't missed. Then he gets to 5, 6, still hasn't missed. Then at the end of the game, he bangs the one at the baseline. He has the 4-point play. At any moment, are you sitting there going, all right, this is ridiculous now.
Nah.
Like, this guy's out of his mind right now.
No, that's Cash every day. Yeah, I've seen Cash shoot the ball better than anybody that I've ever been a part of at Kassius. Unbelievable. But it's nothing. We see it every day in practice.
Yeah.
No, taking nothing away from him. Yeah, great performance, absolutely. But
Right.
we're expecting those to go in.
And you've seen Billy Barron shoot the ball.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so that's what you're saying is a pretty tall,
Yeah.
to be able to put that in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind when Billy would heat up. What I saw today was that. It was.
Yeah, I seen Cash. Not Billy. I seen Cash. Yeah. Taking nothing away from Billy or nothing, but
I got you.
yeah.
Yeah.
How you guys able to stand two at the hot hand with it? Tim tonight, Jermaine the other night, Kiefer last week.
It's just the flow of the game. I don't think it's sensing. I mean, you kind of sense it, but it's not like, oh, we're gonna try and get him open. No, it's just we just flow.
Yeah, 9 threes. You didn't take. It wasn't 9 threes on 28 shots.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's rhythm
Right.
shots.
And there were no heat checks. Sometimes when guys get real hot like that, they want to shoot some heat check shots.
Yeah.
And
Maybe the one in the corner was a little bit of a heat check because it was late in the clock, it was a little off balance, and it was bad. That was the bad shot you're talking about.
When I missed, right?
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, I said to the Cesare who's sitting next to me, right now, He's trying to just find out just how hot he is right now.
No, I think I think the heat check was probably. I mean, I didn't think it was a heat check, but now that I look back at it, it was probably the transition one I took when I think I stole the ball, and then I went kind of full court and just pulled up for three. That probably, I could have done without that one.
That went in?
No, I missed.
That was the only three that you missed?
Yeah, I get the one that I missed, that one I
half.
think they counted as a 2, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one probably could have done without.
I said, we've talked about this. So in our last game, we scored a lot. We scored a lot of points in the paint. And our opponent looked like they were saying, let's take away their 3. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. We shot 23s. We only made 5, but it would be dangerous to give us 20 shots and hope we make 5. But when it does happen, we have other guys that are open. And so to answer the question, how do you know? I think it's a rhythm, it's a flow that we get into, and the trust that someone's going to get open if we share.
And that's the thing too, Red, right? Because when they have to come out and extend their deep to take care of him, they were getting zero help on defense on that side of the floor. Like the lanes just opened up.
Right.
For Phil, for others to right? I mean, it opens up the whole court for you.
Absolutely.
Could you take me through that a little bit?
Well, when the ball is changing sides of the court and guys are moving and cutting and trying to get each other open, it's amazing how often when you're trying to get your teammate open, you end up being the guy that's open.
Right.
And that happened a couple times. So we'll look at this, and this is another area that'll get lost in the game. What people will look at and they'll say, "Wow, Kassius Robertson was really hot. Wow, he had 30. He was 9 of 10 from threes." The thing that will go, and that's all true.
Right.
The thing that can get overlooked is that he had 0 turnovers and 6 assists.
Right.
So again, it's amazing how often you get open when you're getting other guys open. And it gets you in a rhythm, and it makes it really difficult for your opponent because, we've had guys that we've coached that shot it really, really well. I don't know if we've had a guy make 9 threes in a game, but maybe because the guy didn't have 6 assists.
Right.
It just makes it hard for someone to say, let's force them into something that they're also willing to do.
Right. I was thinking Gary Bossert a little bit up there.
Yeah, there was some Gary Bossert today. Yeah, there was some. It's funny. I was just talking about Gary on Thursday night. There was definitely a little Gary Bossert. I think Cash might have missed a free throw. No, he didn't miss any free throws. So, well, maybe he did have a little Gary Bossert going
Yeah.
on.
Well, he wasn't 26 or 26.
Yes.
That's a whole different Gary
That's a different one. Yes.
But as it's been happening a lot recently, where people have always said they're picked 9th to finish in the MAC. Right now, you guys are you guys are number 1 right now with Monmouth to play tonight. But Monday night's going to be probably the biggest game of the season, besides the 2 Niagara games to come up. What are you hoping to see from the guys going into Monday night?
We have a game Monday? We're going to watch the game tonight, and we went there and played them, and they're a really, really good team. Very well coached team, and it'll be a fun game to play. It was, I'm sure, a fun game for people to watch when we played them there. We'll start working on them, but, similarly to today, but we have to do things a little bit better, and we have to do them for longer periods, longer stretches in the game. But it's a game we're looking forward to. I'm sure they are as well.
Hey, Reggie, similar to the question I asked when it hits 1, 2, 3, when you see your team pulling away and that run goes from 12 to 14 to 16 to 18, what's going through your mind? Because it's as he called it, it was an avalanche. And that's kind of how it looked.
Yeah. What was going through my mind,
You just
Bucky, is just
keep your hands off the wheel, let them play, or
yes, but we try to do that when the game goes anyway, and then kind of get back after them in practice and let them enjoy the game. But what's going through my mind when that's happening is, let's stay right in this rhythm. Let's not interrupt ourselves. Let's just, how long can we sustain quality play with a really good rhythm to what we're doing? And when that happens, then I think the opponent is the opponent and we're not the opponent. And that's what's going through my mind when I see that. Like, okay, let's get another stop. Let's stay locked in. Let's not give them an offensive rebound. And then, let's flow right into what we do offensively. And then I'm saying, okay, the timeout, maybe a timeout happens. Coming out of the timeout, I'm thinking, okay, can we go right back to that spot? Can we go right back to that beat? Can we, because that's been our challenge. We've had moments in every game that we played, where it looked really, really good. And we have to sustain it. The longer we can go sustaining that without anything breaking our concentration or our rhythm, then the better team we are.
Take one more for Coach and the guys.
There was a bit of a long stretch in the beginning of the second half. Crump was on the bench. Was there anything that looked like he maybe took a shot to the face? Anything? Or was it just flow of the game?
Yeah, no, I don't know if he took a shot during the game. I know he wasn't 100%, and he got dinged up a little bit in the nose, and then his eyes swelled a little bit. So I'm not sure when it happened. But we're gonna have to get some headgear and some boxing gloves on him if this continues. So go ahead.
And just what does it say about your team that, he had such a big game the other night that, like you say, not 100% today, not playing for those long stretches, and it's almost like you don't miss him out there.
Well, we talked about that, and we've been talking about that. Like, I think there was a question earlier, how do you know whose night? And I'm thinking the whole time, well, that's not our problem. That's the other team's problem. If they don't know whose night it's going to be, that becomes our opponent's problem, as long as we let it be their problem. The other part of that is, if it looks like it's not somebody's night, it might make the opportunity bigger for someone else. If this is a situation where you kind of, if these guys are coming out here and you look up and you see 22 assists, 7 turnovers, it might be a pick your poison situation. Where somebody's going to be open. As long as they are committed to each other, at least somebody's going to be open. Someone will have at least someone. Now, it might be everyone, but at least someone will have opportunities. And I thought he gutted it out. Look, I don't think he was 100%, but I thought he gutted it out, particularly in the second half.
He played really well when you put him back in.
Yeah.
Coach, gentlemen, thank you.